Hi, just as I said last time, I promised to talk about the tracking, the mixing, and the mastering of You Alone by Steve Crown. So today we'll be talking about the tracking. I won't go into too much details because of time, but we'll talk about the tracking. Yeah, the song was produced sometimes some months ago, and we started with the tracking of the instruments. First, I played the percussions, that is the conga, shakers, and other things. Then after then we went to the pad because I always like to play the pad so that I can have the something like the bottom of having the base of the music itself, so I can build other grooves on it. And just as I said, we have the percussions first. Let me check. Where do you have them? Okay, like the pad. I think the first thing I play after the percussion is the pad, but let me still solo the percussions for it. Just here. Yes, I think I have them here. Oh, we started with the so all these are the percussions. So you can see how simple it was, because from the beginning I know that these songs will be very very busy. It will have so many instruments, so I avoid playing too many things. You can see this is just the pad. I mean, this is the percussion. Then we had the pad on it. The pad started the song, as you can see. I love using this pad a lot because it create that good atmosphere for like as if you're in a hall or as if you're playing live on stage. Then I played the strings too with it. There's a little bit of harp. Actually, we played a lot of instruments in this song. Although we have to keep it as simple as there is harp. Everything with their mixing. I think, okay, let me just talk a little bit about the pad. Naturally, this pad has a lot of lows, so I cut down the lows around 100 down, and I raise it up a little around 2K, so that I can have it will be clear enough. Then the same thing with the strings I left it flat actually. The same thing with the harp. For my shakers, I always love to cut the low frequency down to 500 or 1K. The reason for this is that I don't want it to be sharing some things with the low frequency already. We have instruments that are occupying the low frequencies already. You see? This is like a MIDI tone, different from the main because the drums was played live. But we just add this like a percussion as well for the toms. You see? This is like a soft kick, different from the main kick of the drum. So when you're tracking things like this, you really know to understand your frequency, because I know that another kick is still coming from the drum. So I have to keep this kick away from the frequencies of the main drum. So after this, then we still add some smooth strings as well. Everything just to have a good, yes, we have a smooth strings too. If you notice that we have like 3 different strings here. There's one that is like mild, at the middle, the other one is very high. Then we have the pad. I love to play my strings and pad. I will have one at the low end. I will have the other one at the middle mild. Then we have the one that is up, depending on the song. So this is the drum. We track the drum. Here I use Alice's DM10 to track the drum down. Here is the drum. So that's the drum. I later simulate the drum down to additive. Like many people that were asking, what kind of drum is this? I combined additive drum with empty power. Then I compress them with FET live drum. Why I like it, they are quite light, distinct. Then I route, at the end of the day, I route all my drums to a channel. Then I use this. One thing I like with this drum former from Bozengo plugins, it will define every instrument, it will define every drum. Your kick will be so distinct, same as your snare, same as your hi-hat. So I love using this thing to really limit my drum. It's a form of a limiter and a compressor as well. So you can see the threshold is around 57.20. Then the attack, I just set the attack a little on. So you can see the whole drum is not clipping. And the gain too, I just set the gain around that 0 dB as well. So after the drums, it was the bass. We played the bass live. Yeah, this is the bass. Yeah, the bass is playing. You see? I've heard some guys say, how do you do your mixing that your bass is on its own, then you can see here the kick where sometimes down to talking drum. So this is just the secret. You get a specific frequency for each of your low instruments. You can't keep everything around the lows. If you say, okay, I want my bass to be more around 100, you set it to more, you cut it from other places and you raise it. Like when the bass guitar was played, for me to make the bass distinct from the kick, to be different from the kick, so I can hear it, I cut a little from 100, I cut from 50 and 20 down, I raised it up around 1K and 2K. So that's why you can hear the kick. So you can hear that it's not on the same frequency with the kick. It's very, very important. Then I use my L2 Ultra Maximizer, so that I love it. It works well for me on my bass guitar. So that's it. Then after that, we play a live violin as well. So you can hear the violin. Sometimes I see that I listen to some violin mix and so forth. When you are working on your violin, you don't need to compress it too much. If you can even avoid compression, fine. Sometimes I don't compress my violin, I don't compress my saxophone. I just work with the EQ, reverb and everything. And even the miking of the violin was set well because of my lead with microphone. So what I just did, even the EQ, I kept it flat. That was nothing. For my reverb on it, I used the Bozengo, a low school reverb. So wonderful. Then I set a little delay. I have a little delay. So I say you don't want allow the delay to be much. Since you know you are still having a general, you still have a general mastering in which you may need to still add little of those things. So one other wonderful instrument for the tracking was the flute. Okay, the flute. That is a wonderful instrument. So on the EQ, I cut it down from like 200 little. Sorry, I'd like to tell you that the job was produced on Logic Pro X 10.2. I love the 10.2. They really worked on it. It's better than the 10.0. So this is the 10.2. So you can hear the flute. So I have to buzz the reverb. I don't want to patch the reverb directly on it. So I buzz the reverb to another buzz. But I kept my delay on it because it needs delay too. So I can hear that the tail of the song. If you know you have questions, you can actually drop them on the YouTube channel. I will answer everything. If you are not clear about it, I will answer it. So these are the things we did on tracking the instrument. We played everything about the instrument first. I think we have a guitar too on the stuff. Then after then, the way we recorded this thing, we took the lead voice first before we work on the backup. The reason is that so that we can guide the backup. That's not always what I do for all my songs. Most times we recorded the backup first before the lead voice. But for this, Steve Crown is very good in voicing, so he took the lead vocals first before we now work on the backup. So I'll just let you see the tracking of the lead voice. So when you're recording your audio, you have to record it. You make sure that it's not clipping, because once you have a bad audio, there's no magic you can do to it. Once the audio is clipping, there's nothing you can do to it. So you just make sure that the audios were recorded well, so that by the time you're patching your compression, everything will be okay. So that's how it is. The same thing with the backups. We had some couple of people singing. So we did both individual singing and group singing as well. So that's just everything about the tracking. So in our next lecture, we'll talk about how these things were mixed, probably as well the vocals. So thank you very much once again from Sampro. God bless you.